Ayahuasca made you realize that.
Yeah, so ayahuasca was one of the most incredible things I've done, and I don't encourage anyone to do it. For me, it was just like the right time. It all made sense, and it kind of like called me. Have you ever done it? You know what it is?
No, but I have a lot of friends who have done it, and I know it.
Have you done it?
I know of it.
No. Yeah.
I was gonna do it. I came close twice, and I bailed last second.
Why? What was?
I just really got cold feet about it. And where'd you go to do it?
I was in Costa Rica. A lot of people do it here, but
Yes.
I just think that's just the wrong way to go about it.
I agree, and that's really the main reason I stopped.
Yeah, I stopped. You were halfway through, you're like, fuck it, guys. I gotta get out of here.
Shit myself, vomiting. Gotta go.
Yeah.
My Uber's here.
No, so I did it in Costa Rica. It was with like this company called One Heart, and you have to apply, and it's just like they cultivate the group, so it's like the right people.
Sick.
And it was 10 days. Every day you were doing like different character building exercises. So take the ayahuasca out of it, and it was like the most life-changing thing that I've ever done. Like you've got your private chefs that are cooking like vegan, like healthy food. They make it, they grow it all there. You're by this river, like there's like a horseback riding, and then the character building exercises were just like life-changing. Like to the point where I was like just sobbing and just so overwhelmed, and just had this like new like lease on life. Like it was really incredible. You're opening up with strangers and telling them like your deepest secret. And like, so the first thing that we did when we get there, you have to walk up to someone that you don't like someone that you just wouldn't be friends with. Or it was a little bit, they worded it a little bit less aggressive than that. But this guy walked up to me. He's like, I feel like I just wouldn't like you. I'm like, damn, bro, like that's really brave. Like, thanks. Like, what's wrong? And he just said, I feel like me and you wouldn't be friends. I don't like how you look, whatever else. So you kind of break down this like awkwardness. And then we didn't know, but at the end of the conversation, you have to tell them your biggest secret. And it just fully knocked down all these walls. He told me his secret. I told him mine. And then, you know, everyone just kind of like joined up and whatever else. But yeah, each day doing like different stuff, and like it's jam packed of
That's really
activities.
special.
Oh, it was really like humbling. Like it was really like, you know, I'm with this one lady there. She beat cancer twice, and I was just so infatuated by her. I'm like, you're just such an incredible, strong woman. Like to even be in your presence after overcoming something like that 2 times is just beautiful. Like she was just, her energy was just like radiant. And then there was this other guy who could like do the numbers and calculate when you were going to die. Like he could like figure it out. So he was like hired by Facebook to figure out when people were going to leave, so that if they're about to leave, like they know when they're about to leave to give them a pay rise so that they stay at Facebook, which is like wild. This other guy owned like an airport. This other guy was worth like $3 billion. Like it was just wild. And you're just telling these people your deepest secrets, and like journaling, and like, I don't know, just being present instead of like on your phone and whatever else. But then obviously we did the 3 ceremonies of ayahuasca, and it was insane. Like it was just, the thing is, I went in with the idea of, holy shit, like I'm just going to be like absolutely blasted. I won't be able to talk. I'll be like on the ground, like dribbling on myself. But it wasn't like that at all. It was just, you have it and it slowly like comes on. And then if you close your eyes and like kind of meditate, that's when you really get to like see and like visualize all this stuff. And I didn't know, like I didn't know what it was the first time I was doing it. So I was like, I'm seeing all these crazy patterns. And I remember asking myself, I'm like, do I ever think of these patterns before? Like these patterns are sick. I've never thought of these. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm on ayahuasca. Like, and then it took me to like, very specific. So at that time I didn't have a good relationship with my dad and my brother. And the first night, so you go in with this company is obviously like really like crafted really well. And so you write your purpose and what you want to achieve when you're kind of diving into yourself. And I wanted to figure out how I can make more people laugh. Like, because that year I'd lost 2 people to suicide, 2 people very close to me. And the only thing that I was thinking about was, how do I impact more people so that they can laugh at me and I can just give people that little break? Because that's my only goal. It's just I want to make people laugh. Like that's it. So I went in the first night after hammering it in my head. Okay, we're gonna figure out how to do it. I'm gonna talk to my friends that I lost, and I'm gonna figure out how to make more people laugh. But then it took me to something that I was suppressing, and that was the stuff with my dad and my brother. And it took me into like very specific memories of being a kid. and growing up with my brother and like being in the rain and like running in the mud and jumping on a trampoline and like hanging onto this tree. And I remember just like sitting there and just started crying. Like I couldn't stop crying because I was just so overwhelmed with the love in my heart that I had for my brother and my dad as like my two best friends. Growing up, my dad taught me how to chop a tree down, how to beekeep, all this like cool stuff. We had a garden and it took me through all this. And then I was like asking myself the question, like, why am I being so stubborn? Like, why am I being such a prick? Why am I not just forgiving for little things that shouldn't hold this over me and shouldn't have this hate in my heart for people that help me become who I am? And it really like wiped away like any weird stubborn, because I didn't even know that I was thinking that way. But as soon as I went in there, I'm like, damn, I could be better. I could be a better brother. I could be a better son.
So do you reach out afterwards?
Nah, fuck them. No, yeah, of course. I texted my brother and I recently just went and saw them both in New Zealand for my sister's wedding, and it was there they are.
Whoa, isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Wait, what? That's never happened before.
It's never happened before?
Can you also fix your mic and put it down a little bit so it's going to see your beautiful face? There you go.
Back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so I saw them and everything was like it was fine. But the second night, so I did 4 times the amount I did the night before, and that was okay. Also, so you were saying that people like shitting themselves and vomiting, whatever else, didn't happen to me, but it's quite like common for people to vomit, and you can hear people like just ripping into their buckets because you have like your little mats and everyone's like laid down, but no one's talking. The shamans are playing this beautiful music, they're singing and dancing. But when you hear someone vomit, it wasn't like a scary thing. I was kind of just like, that's so beautiful because they're getting rid of something that's been holding them back. And then you talk to them the next day and they're just like a different person. So it sounds horrible at the time and you're like, oh, I don't want people to be shitting themselves or whatever else. But like, I didn't know one shit themselves on our trip, but when you hear them vomit, you're just like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is special. Like I remember, so I did some, there's stuff called hape, you know what that is, or rape, whatever it is. So they pack like this tobacco kind of powder in this pipe and they blow it up your nose on both sides. I didn't know I thought everyone was lining up for another cup. So I said, no one's talking. So I just walk up and I'm like, hello, like, give me another blast. Like, let's go. And he put it in my nose and I'm just sitting there smiling. I'm like, what the fuck is this? He blows it and it like knocks you back because it's meant to like make you very present, because it does. Like it really fucking rocks your world. It's because at the moment, you know, you're in this crazy experience. You're thinking about the future. You're thinking about your past, but that just fully resets you. So it did both my nostrils, and I didn't know the rules with it, but I'm like, I got to get this shit out of me. So that was the only time I vomited. And then I thought I was purging. So I'm like, yeah, I'm smiling. Like I'm sitting there vomiting. I'm so happy to do it. I told my manager, I was like, dude, I vomited. It was sick. And then the next day when they told us kind of what it was, I was like, oh, okay. So I just vomited because it's stuff. I was trying to blow it out and I needed to get it out. But yeah, it was really crazy. I could talk about it forever, but.
What leads you to it?
I had this very big entrepreneur on my podcast who's very close friends with my manager and myself. And I've had people tell me about it in the past, but it never really made sense. And I was, again, after losing those 2 people, I was just confused and like worried about my impact and not being a better leader for my community online, which kind of sounds kind of weird to say, but for me, like I feel that I don't know, I've got a responsibility to my audience, and that's to make them laugh and bring them some sort of joy, or at least like a little mental break from whatever craziness they got going on in their life. And I was sitting there just confused, and for some reason this guy brought it up on my podcast, and then I was just like, oh, maybe it's meant to be. And it all just flowed. Like it all just happened so easy. There was no like push and pull. There was, I don't know, like I applied for it. It happened. The flights are booked. Everything just went so perfect. So I was like, okay, I think I'm meant to do this, because there was no like, I don't know, it wasn't hard to make it happen.
Do you feel like today that it changed your life for the better?
For sure. Yeah. Like I think that it helped me look within a lot more and understand myself a lot better, and be more sure of myself, and also more sure of my goals and who I want to become. So I think it really, really helped me be like introspective. I don't know if that's the right word, but yeah.
What do you learn about yourself?
Just more about just my being a little bit more patient and understanding, being a better friend as well. It really, a lot like therapy, like it's helped me just be a better brother, a better son, a more loving and more open-minded, I think was the biggest thing. Like it really helped me just be like, if someone's dealing with addiction, who cares? Like I love them for them, and I'm going to have to put up with this and kind of keep moving forward. So it really helped me also be a better family man as well for my sisters and my mom and stuff.